What's up, everybody? Welcome to Super Retro, a nostalgic podcast about retro gaming, TV and film, music, even sports, shit, pop culture. We talk about anything from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Anything that hits you in the feels and gives you that feeling. That's what we're talking about. What's up?
All that nostalgia we got.
We always take long breaks. This time we had to recharge. You know, I felt like we were recalibrating. You know, we weren't rushing this one.
Yeah.
And this one may not be as long as the other ones, but who knows? We say that shit and then it ends up happening.
Because we be going. We be ranting.
We be talking. We be talking. Let's start with some opening notes, y'all. This is interesting. I don't really know. I haven't seen it on there yet, but I have seen people on the back end comment on Spotify. You can now comment. If you're listening on Spotify, you can go to the podcast and somehow, you can comment. And I know people are doing it because I've approved a couple of them, but when I go try to look and see where they're at on the app, I can't find them. So if anybody knows, let your boy know.
I'll look for it.
Yeah, we can figure that shit out. What you rocking today? Look, you gotta show them that shirt.
Oh, it's a Tasmanian.
Look, it looks like the Calvin Klein shirts, but that's
Tasmanian Devil.
That's them Tasmanian Devil joints.
It even says Tazwear.
I know.
Like, he had his own brand.
Shout out to our boy up at Shelby Vintage.
Yeah, that place is cool, man.
Young dude. I think he's like 19, killing it, man. I go in there and I look at this kid and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing when I was 19?
Not that.
I did not have a store.
I didn't have that drive, bro.
In a downtown area. My man's doing things. So shout out to him.
That store is really well put together.
It's curated, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I was overwhelmed.
When you go in there, I've never been in a vintage store like this where I want a lot of shit.
Oh, bro, I had 3 shirts and I was like, oh, damn, that's
yeah.
I think I picked the 3 most expensive shirts here.
You probably did.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out to him. Yeah, that's where you got. I'm rocking the NWA Eazy-E joint that my wife actually got me, and it'll tie into what we're gonna do here in a minute. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can comment on Spotify. I don't know why I wrote YouTube down. Hey, go follow our YouTube because we're trying to get to a certain amount of followers so we can, monetize that thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we're pretty damn close to it, but we need a lot of watch hours on there. And I know most people take the podcast in on the apps, on their listening apps. But if you think about it, go there and give us a spin. You know what I'm saying? We want to give some shout outs to Freddie Doyle. He said he sent us a message, and I gotta get better at where the messages come from. All right.
Yeah.
But anyway, Freddie Doyle says he's a new fan this morning. He's from Quebec, Canada. Really nice job. What is it?
Quebec. Hey, I love that Quebec, bro.
Yeah, I got some Quebec. Quebec. We want to give hey. I just butchered Quebec, y'all. So
yeah, you're good.
Freddie Doyle's from Quebec, Canada.
That sounds like a rapper name. You heard of Quebec?
He said we did a really nice job, and I'm assuming he's saying we have killer swag. That's the way I'm gonna take it.
That's tough.
He says killer swag, and he loves the content.
Thanks, man.
Man, thank you, Freddie.
Freddie Doyle,
representing up in Canada, y'all.
Freddie Doyle from Quebec.
Will, can you guess? This will be fun. Can you guess what our most listened to city is? And it's not Louisville.
Huh.
Can you guess? Because I know. I got all the analytics. You know what I'm saying? I got all the metrics. I'm a statistic dude.
I must say, man, that's hard.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Atlanta?
That's close. It's in the top 5. Atlanta's top 5.
Chicago?
Yep. Chicago.
Hey.
Shout out to Chicago, man. Hey,
I'll take both of those 2 cities. I'm glad those 2.
If somebody's listening to Chicago, let me know that the numbers are for real. I want to hear y'all. Reach out to your boys anywhere.
Shout out.
On Super Retro Pod at Gmail, on Instagram, on TikTok. We check all that shit. So
that's funny.
Isn't that cool? So it was like Atlanta and then Los Angeles, and it's obviously because they're the population.
Yeah,
you know
that's my favorite thing about this whole thing, is that it's not like a local based thing.
Not at all.
That's what I like.
Yeah, it's great. We appreciate everybody in every state and country. Australia listens a lot too. All right, y'all. Also, we want to shout out the Pirate Ghost. He does dope stickers and pins. He sent us this package, and look at this. This is custom.
Best package ever.
That is custom. We're gonna have to frame this somehow. We got to put this up. We can't get rid of that. Yeah.
You better pop all them 1,000 stickers he gave us out of there.
Yeah. So tons
that
of
bag is looking healthy.
Y'all, when I say he sent it, so
there's more.
We must have gotten. Yeah, there is more. We must have gotten every single piece in one of every piece in his inventory, and we appreciate that. But look, we got Star Wars stickers. They're so cool.
So many.
There's way too many to go through, but I do want to show y'all one. Look at this. There's just really, really dope shit in there, and it's sad that we can't sit here and
Who
go
doesn't
through
love
every single
stickers,
one of them.
man?
But
Right
large
there.
Marge, y'all. So this is what connected the Pirate Ghost to us. I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure he saw our Large Marge video that kind of took off on Instagram, and he reached out and was like, I got stickers, and sent us a dope package, man. But look at these, Will.
And the pins, man.
It looks like a sticker. It is a sticker, but looks can be deceiving. Look, it's got a little decal that sticks to it on the front.
Oh yeah.
Look.
Oh wow.
How dope is that?
That's smart. I did not know that.
Check it out. You got Large March chilling, and then boom, and then boom.
That's sick, dude.
Isn't that cool? A lot of these do that. Oh, he gave us a note too. We gotta read the note. He said, Dustin and Will, which my name's Dustin if you guys don't know, not just Tuck. Tucker's my last name. Hope you dig the sticks and pins.
We do.
Keep slaying. Love the podcasting content. Stay gold.
Man, thank you, Pirate Ghost.
Appreciate that. All right, we want to give another shout out to Bobby Jovel. I think that's how you say that, Will.
We'll see.
Jovel. He said he found us through TikTok and binged all of our episodes, all of our podcast episodes. He's also from the Bay.
The Bay Area, man.
Shout out to the Bay Area. I'm hoping to see the statistics on the Bay Area because we talk about the Bay Area all the time. We talked about In Too Deep, E40, the Loonies.
Bro, I'm happy about that. I'm a
Me
San
too.
Francisco fan.
Me too. Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's cool.
Will's a huge San Francisco fan.
E40's always there. I know we talked about it.
Yeah.
He's at Giants games all the time.
When I tell you I love E40,
I know.
I love E40.
I know. It was cool seeing him there. No one knew who he was.
Right behind us, y'all, the Donkey Kong machine is finally
operational.
Working. This thing has been down here for a year. A friend of ours gave it to us. Shout out to Kenny. It's been down here longer than a year.
Yeah.
Almost like getting close to a year and a half.
It's become furniture.
Yeah, it's just background for the podcast. And when we were talking to Matt, who actually ended up fixing it, we'll say his last name so I don't butcher it. Killender, Matt Killender from Rad Retro Bros. He's a friend of ours, like friend. You know what I'm saying? He comes over and hangs. But he has the knowledge to fix this thing, and he fixed it for us, y'all.
He put in work.
I mean, it wasn't looking good when he was here working on it. I thought he was. I'd already made plans with Will and his truck. Like, Will, we gotta take your truck. We gotta take this thing over there. And but Matt pulled through in the clutch. Thank God for solder tape.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what he had in his bag, and that's what ended up getting us past it.
So we're playing Donkey Kong now.
So Donkey Kong is working, y'all, and it's awesome. And no, when I was talking to Matt about taking this to his house, when I was texting you, like, Will, we got to take it over.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, but to your point that it's furniture, I was like, damn, we can't. We got to get a podcast in first.
Yeah, because if we lose it,
then I'll bring it over. You can work on it, and then I'll have to come back get it if you're not ready.
Yeah,
because it's like part of the podcast now.
Now
like,
it's actually got.
It's not just part of.
It's got game plan right now.
Yeah, it's working right now. But it's more than just furniture. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's our favorite piece of our collection.
It's in all of our videos that are on TikTok and Instagram stuff. So yeah, this is it's a third member right here, y'all.
Well, it's our favorite, man. For me and you to have a 1981 original Donkey Kong arcade machine.
Yeah,
like that wasn't even on our list.
Nah, and it just
fell right in our lap.
The fact that Nintendo made this thing and the whole story behind Donkey Kong.
Well, and the story behind our machine.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool that it's been in this good a condition sitting in our buddy's garage.
Yep. Yep.
Like that's OG shit.
So yeah, thanks Matt for that. Truly appreciate that, man. Somebody from Bone Thugs and Harmony reached out to your boys and sent them a care package.
How crazy is that, folks?
And that's something that I didn't have on the things that were going to happen in 2024. This shit has not been opened, y'all. So here we go.
We have no idea what they sent. Which anything in here is going to be good enough for us.
Bro, I don't care what's in here.
This is all I care about.
Yeah. On here it says Bone Thugs and Harmony. Look, if I wanted to return this, it would go back to Bone Thugs and Harmony. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Don't mess the
I know.
Don't mess the label up. We should have there's some scissors right there. Now
What if I cut?
Now we're gonna cut a shirt.
Exactly. If we cut something, it's Will's fault. Oh, okay.
Oh, we in.
It already looks
we
good.
in.
Look, it's red. I instantly get excited.
This
I'm
is
like, what
Christmas.
could it be? Shout out to Bone, man. Crazy Bone, Lazy Bone, Wish Bone, Flesh Bone, Busy Bone. Y'all think I didn't know all of them recipes? Easy eat. Oh my goodness, bro. First of all,
Everything. Look at it. What is
everything
looks like a fucking gold mine.
How long have we been doing merch and shit?
Long time.
This is some professional shit right here. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. You buy a t-shirt from Super Retro, I'm folding that bitch up. I'm sliding it in a little shipper and it's out the door. This is packaged, y'all.
Yeah, bro.
That is a Bone Thugs and Harmony sticker. 30-year anniversary.
What the fuck is that? Better not be no necklace.
We got to fight.
Yeah.
Me and you. If that's a necklace and there's one of them, me and Will are fighting. Look, what is this? A Bone Thugs and Harmony bag?
That's sick. I thought it was a...
Bro, who has this? Y'all don't have this. Look, we're not against rap. We're not against rappers, but we are against those thugs. I'm just going to walk up into function with the Bone Thugs and Harmony bag.
Hey, Tuck's going to go to Whole Foods and use that, bro.
Hey, you going to see me at Trader Joe's with the Bone Thugs and Harmony bag. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
It's the Thuggish Ruggers Bone. It's the Thuggish Ruggers Bone. It's the Thuggish Ruggers
What is
Paper,
this, dude? The golden ticket? I need my glasses for this shit. Golden ticket. This ticket grants you access to a meet and greet. So if we go to a show,
Oh, my
hey,
gosh.
you know what I'm saying? Look at this. Bro, it is a Bone Thugs and Harmony
Damn.
tank top. They're
I see
all
it.
on the back. This looks like something special right here. Look, it says Crep We Came.
Oh, that's sick. That's cold-blooded.
Boom. Look at that. The Art of War, another iconic album from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
That's badass.
That is insane.
large?
No,
No, I'm
we're
just
going
kidding.
to figure them out. Is this like a bandana or something? Oh my God. Bro, are you for real?
That's fire.
This is my favorite thing ever. And we thought this was like a medallion or something, but it's not a medallion. It's a pin. And let's see what it says. It says creeping on a come up.
Hands down, the coolest thing we've gotten from anybody.
So thank you.
Thank
Hey,
you, Bone, for not only that, just for being an inspiration to us as kids.
what's really cool is on all the videos that we've posted is to see all the love that people still have for him, because Bone's music impacted so many people. Did you know the origins of Super Mario's name?
The Italian plumber.
In the early 1980s, before the NES or the Famicom had been released, Nintendo was still in the process of trying to convert 2,000 radar scope cabinets to Donkey Kong. Funds were extremely tight, and at the time, because Donkey Kong had yet to be released, they were actually behind on the rent. Apparently, the landlord of the warehouse that Nintendo of America was operating out of barged into a meeting where the executives at Nintendo were discussing name changes for Jumpman in the Donkey Kong game.
Because that's his name. People don't know.
Yeah, in the original Donkey Kong, it's Jumpman.
But it's Mario.
But it's actually Mario. They just renamed him. And the reason they renamed him is this landlord barging in their meeting when they were literally discussing changing Jumpman's name. The landlord's name was Mario Sagali. He was super animated, and he berated the Nintendo of America president, and he was just going off on everyone in the meeting about paying his rent. Where's my rent money?
Yeah.
Where's my rent money? You know, pay me, pay me. And after he finally left, you know, there was like a silence in the room. Everybody's kind of looking around, and somebody utters, well, why don't we change his name to Mario? Because Mario Sagali actually had a big, thick mustache and looked very similar to Jumpman.
How weird is that, man?
Oh, and after they named him Mario, after they jokingly named him Mario, it just kind of stuck. They kept referring to him as Mario, and next thing you know, it made it all the way out the door. You know, they signed off on it like, yep, that works. And originally, did you know Mario was supposed to be a carpenter and not a plumber? So that's a little fun fact. So Mario Sagali has been asked about Nintendo using his likeness several times over the years, and he simply replies with, "Run me my check." He's all about his money. Mario Sagali is all about his money. You better run Mario Sagali his check and quit playing with his goddamn money. Did you know Michael Jackson worked on the Sonic 3 soundtrack? All right, so Michael Jackson worked on the project with a guy named Brad Buxer. This was a joint effort between the two of them. Michael Jackson's contributions were merely a speculation, however, for 15 years, up until a December of 2009 interview between Buxer and the French Black and White magazine, where the producer confirmed Michael's involvement. Works on the game began in 1993. Around spring of that year, Jackson had a meeting with members of the Sega Technical Institute, which granted him the opportunity to compose the soundtrack to Sonic 3. Apparently, Michael was a gamer. He was into this shit. I mean, obviously, he's reaching out to them to come and, let me do the soundtrack.
Yeah, I can do it.
It's just a wild space for him that I can't even believe he was thinking about getting into. All was going well through the production, and Jackson's soundtrack actually replaced the initial one crafted by Sega's sound design team. However, according to Buxer himself, after Jackson got to hear how the composition sounded with the Sega Genesis compressed and bit crushed sound chip, he was so dissatisfied he decided to leave the project and completely wanted his name taken out of the credits. Apparently, he didn't want to be associated with a production that devalued his music.
Yeah, or any music in general.
My question is, how did he not know that was going to happen?
Yeah, I know it.
Like, when you listen to a Sega Genesis game, it's not the same as a recording. You know, obviously, they have to create it a different way.
Yeah, you couldn't have a
real
full-out
recording.
music.
That didn't happen until, the mid-'90s or later on.
That's
Tony
wild.
Hawk's Pro Skater and all that. Like, this was...
Yeah.
No.
He was thinking that he was gonna have like an actual album.
Right. Like a
going.
movie soundtrack.
Yeah. Like, hey, bro,
Nah,
we can't
bro.
do it.
However, in a 2005 interview, the executive coordinator for Sonic 3 and the general manager of the Sega Technical Institute, Roger Hector, would detail a different kind of story. He stated that Jackson's scandals at the time forced Sega to drop him. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what we're talking about.
They had that heat.
Yeah. So, did Jackson ask to have himself removed?
Yeah.
Or did Sega say, nah, man, you got too much shit going on right now. We got to take your name off this piece. All right, y'all. I want to talk about Pimp C for a second. One of the most recognizable rap styles and voices of all time. The one and only Pimp C was a legend before his untimely passing. Not only has he brought us some legendary verses, which are too many to list with his iconic group, Underground Kings, a.k.a. UGK. Okay, I'll list a few. One Day, Murder, Diamonds and Wood, International Players Anthem, Pocket Full of Stones. But yeah, that's not what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about Pimp C rapping.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy. I feel like my guy, real UGK fans will know. Real Pimp C fans will know. But the casual Southern hip hop listener, this may have passed you by. You may not know this, so I'm trying to educate y'all. Pimp C could sing, y'all.
Yeah,
Pimp C could sing.
he was very versatile.
Not only could he sing, most of the UGK music that I love, that you love, he produced.
Yeah, he was bad man.
Pimp C was producing and singing and then dropping heat on the verses.
Man.
Come on, man. A casual listener won't know. So here, let's talk about it. But my man can sing. I want to play a couple things from him, letting y'all understand that my dude has some incredible vocals.
Yeah, he wasn't just a rapper.
And, he put off this persona But did you know, as a teenager, he studied musical notation in school, and before that, he taught himself to play the trumpet, piano, and drums. Y'all, come on, man.
I could see.
Come on, man. Let's play a couple tracks my man sang on, just because we have to. Not only did he produce this song that I'm about to play, but he sang the hook, y'all. And see if you know. See, like I said, real ones are gonna know. Real ones are gonna know. Let's listen. Woo!
Save me.
Fly hoes and chains and swinging things.
Yeah, that's
Pimp C,
bangs,
y'all.
bro.
Pimp C.
Just another young nigga having things, man.
What? Talk to him, pimp. That's Big Mike right there.
Throughout these years, I learned to get down for mine, had to do
Okay. All right.
That was cold blooded.
How sick is that?
Yeah.
Come
That's
on, y'all.
cold-blooded.
And then it gets way better. It gets way better. Here we go. He didn't have to do this to us, y'all. Like, and if you're a fan, if you're a fan of the Riding Dirty album, every hook you like on there, he's either singing backup on or he's just straight up singing it.
That's where I first found him.
You know,
Was
and
Riding Dirty, and then I went back.
right there, y'all. There it is.
Oh, bro, this was a
Thank
classic.
the Lord bless me that I can see it 100 miles away.
And then you pop this one on, y'all.
Bro,
Come on.
We
Come on.
living that high life.
That's Pimp C, y'all. Come on.
it's one of the most iconic.
High life.
That shit gives me chills.
Man, I can go back to a
We living that high life.
sitting in a car.
He produced this.
Tired of living fucked up, tired of living bad, tired of hearing grandmama tell me when you gonna go to church,
Chad.
And I'm trying to live up to the image that she would want to see, but I got one.
When it makes your face go like this.
Every week
Yeah.
I flip a key. I never wanted to be a G, but niggas depend on me. It
Oh my
ain't fake
God.
To hit out
Yeah,
there
bro.
for
We gotta stop because I'll just sit here and listen to UGK all
Man,
night.
can't tell nobody. Anybody that was around in this era was
Yeah.
at a party in a car, partaking in some of that other stuff,
Oh, absolutely.
blowing smoke in the back of us. That's what it immediately reminds me of that time in my life,
Yeah.
being a college kid
Yep.
and just was out.
Reminds me of having my first car
Yeah,
with the boys.
100%.
6x9s fucked up.
Yeah,
You know,
little, little rattle.
smoke. So much smoke in the car.
Yeah,
You know, you're putting 6 people in the back seat.
doing bad. What
You
were
know,
we doing?
2 people in the front, in the passenger,
Riding around,
riding past cops,
riding around, just
riding
dodging,
past cops.
Yeah, for
And
no
then-
reason.
And then wondering why we get pulled over. Like, why are they fucking with me? You got 19 people in the goddamn car.
Yeah, we're listening to High Life. Like what we do? We ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. And then, bro, I got pulled over.
I love this whole album. How the in between songs. How it's so awesome.
But anyway, isn't that incredible?
Yeah, man. He was a bad dude, man.
Dude, and then look, not only was he singing, he produced the whole Super Tight album. All right, he produced "Pocket Full of Stones."
That's a banger.
From Too Hard to Swallow. He produced, bro.
One Day's my favorite ever.
He produced One Day. Pimp C produced this.
This is a classic.
This shit is amazing.
It's one of my best favorite rap songs of all time.
All their shit had like dope instrumentation. It was all like heavily.
That's what changed for me when it wasn't normal.
Yeah.
When I heard this, I was like, this is beautiful music.
Yeah.
Most shit's just verses and cool little beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The arrangement. This is beautiful.
Yeah. The guitar, like
Everything.
guitar layering everything.
Isn't this the Isley Brothers?
Yeah. Yep. Man, come on.
You can't get much better than that, man.
He produced Diamonds and Wood.
Murder's one of my favorites too.
Murder, which is amazing. They both have incredible
Things.
verses. Having Things by Big Mike, we just listened to. Pimp C was a superstar producer, and you might not have known it, y'all.
No, man.
Because he didn't put them vibes off.
No, he just wanted to look like Bun. You know what I mean? Like he
They look like UGK. You know what
yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
was just in it together.
They had their image, and it was working.
You
But
didn't
my
need
man,
to know who produced it.
There was so much more behind the scenes going on with Pimp C, y'all.
But like also just like how everything is, man. Like it wouldn't have been the same without Bun.
oh
Like
yeah.
their contrasting
Oh, yeah.
styles.
Yeah.
That's what makes groups.
We-
like
we-
same way with Bone.
Yeah.
Like they had to have Busy. They had to have Crazy. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like it all works, bro.
Yeah. Oh, don't get it twisted. Bun B is a bad man.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This just happens to be a Pimp C
Yeah.
appreciation post. You know what I'm saying?
Bun wasn't in there producing.
Yeah, and Pimp C, he created a whole standard with his vocals.
Yep.
With his rap style.
Man.
You know,
He was
I
telling
feel
stories, bro.
I feel like he has influenced every successful hip hop artist to come out of Texas, and you can hear a little bit of Pimp C in all of them.
Yeah. For sure. 100%.
Absolutely. He's there.
Bro, he was tough.
Yeah.
He sounded tough.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't mess with him, bro.
For real. Unfortunately, y'all, in December of 2007, Pimp C had been staying in a hotel in West Hollywood, California, where he had actually been working on new music and performing with Too Short. We got to talk about Too Short too. But yeah, so he's with Too Short. On the morning of December 4th, 2007, he was scheduled to fly back home where his wife was waiting with his cousin Ed at the airport to pick him up.
Dang.
After not hearing from him the morning of the scheduled flight, his wife called the hotel and requested that they check on him. Hotel staff discovered Butler unresponsive in his hotel room, where paramedics pronounced him dead shortly after. He was 33 years old.
That's so young.
10 years old, 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
10 years younger than us.
That's so wild.
33 years old, y'all.
He could have done so much more.
Oh my God, he was just getting started. He was really just getting started. UGK was just getting the flowers that they deserved around that time.
Because they were so underground.
The song with Outkast had blown up,
And
which
UGK and Jay-Z.
the Big Pimpin'.
Yeah, once they were on a song with Jay-Z, everybody was like, oh. Because it was almost like our thing. The whole country had this like underground, like they knew UGK,
Right.
But no, it wasn't on the radio. It wasn't on the radio. It wasn't on the news, or wasn't on like no videos.
Right.
And it was like then they started like, oh shit.
Yep, they actually are dope. You know, and I read that, and I was surprised by reading that.
They really were the underground king.
Yeah, Riding Dirty wasn't really considered a success by their record label when it came out.
Yep. The
Like,
people
come
that
on,
knew
man.
it were like, this is the shit, and it was like almost like. It wasn't like you would go into a store and they were pushing that on you.
No.
You had to go find it.
Yeah.
And be like, this is my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, what? Like, you know what I mean? It almost felt like if you met people at that time that knew that,
Yeah.
it was like oh, shit. Yeah.
We on the same page, dog.
I listen to
But-
UGK.
So apparently people started going back and finding that album, which I can't relate to because when that shit dropped, it was on repeat. But that's really cool. Where are we going with that?
We got to tell them how it died.
Yeah. Oh, so the coroner's report ruled that Pimp C's death was accidental, attributing it to the effects of his heavy usage of lean in conjunction with his pre-existing condition of sleep apnea. However, there is some confusion surrounding his death, and I'm going to read this because of the person that mentions it. According to DJ Paul of 3-6 Mafia, Pimp C's manager, Rick Martin, described seeing the rapper's body laying down like he was praying, but there was blood around like he was shot. They thought he was shot in the head, but they didn't know what the hell had happened. What is this? But they didn't know what the hell had happened because there was blood everywhere. He was knelt down like he was praying, and the candles were all the way burnt out. So they knew he had probably been dead for a day or so because he always lit those candles to sleep. So yeah,
Shady, man.
it sounds like there was some shit going on. Found him in a weird position. There was blood.
Anytime somebody that big and that, of that nature,
Yeah.
they're always going to think something.
Yeah, if they're found like that, yeah, they're going to be a conspiracy
He
theory.
could have been praying.
Just like they're doing with Bob Saget.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
People are trying to act like,
Yeah, he was murdered or something.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, either way, we lost a legend.
Pimp C, y'all,
Man.
does he get the credit he deserves after his death?
I don't think so.
I don't
I
know.
don't think people realize how amazing he was and how,
I don't either.
like, I think he's way better than almost
He-
everybody doing it today.
I was going to do Cory Felman. Randy
Bro, I
Davis.
saw some videos of him, everybody saying that he fakes the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not playing it. Like, guitarists, we're all like, every guitarist, no matter how much they've played, immediately can tell you that he's not playing the guitar.
Damn. Yeah, dude. Cory
It's
Felman.
fucking hilarious. Like, he might have ran the 80s, but he fucking failed now.
God.
He's like trying to be Michael Jackson.
What? The comeback king?
Bro, that's what he's called. We
Have
got-
you that song? He
Yeah.
thinks that's just a banger.
Oh, he thinks he is Michael Jackson.
You know, I wish that I was that.
Delusional.
Yeah,
Me too.
or just
Confident.
He feels that he is that, and
Bro.
he's living his existence as he is that. So who
I
are
know.
we? Who are we
What's fucked up is like
to tell him he's not the comeback
he
king?
was so big at one time that I think he's stuck there.
Oh yeah, he's stuck as a child.
There's nobody that can tell him that he's not living that 90s, 80s life.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, but he's still mouthed from Goonies, and he's still in.
There was a point when
I'm still in License to Drive, and
any movie he made was
was
an
gold.
absolute blockbuster.
yeah, I'm in Lost Boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm in this.
What's the one? I'm in Stand By Me.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
What are you talking about? I'm a star.
Most people don't get one of those.
Who remembers Boogerman? That's right, Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure.
What a name.
It's a 2D platform video game created by Interplay Productions and released for the Sega Genesis in 1994 and later on the Super Nintendo in 1995. The plot. One dark and stormy evening, the civic-minded Professor Stinkbomb was working in his lab above Takey Dump, where he is secretly building a machine called Zap-O-Matic that would save the world from pollution by transporting it to a place he called Dimension Excrement. That same evening, eccentric millionaire Snotty Ragsdale pays a visit to the lab to investigate this project and find out how such a thing is possible. He is not too sure about the machine's purpose. After activating the machine, Ragsdale inhales a cloud of pepper through his nose, causing him to let out a mighty sneeze. The power of the sneeze breaks the machine, opening a portal. Just then, a mysterious giant arm pops out of the portal and takes the machine's main power source, Snotrium 357. In response to this danger, Snotty rushes into the men's room to change into his alter ego, the mighty Boogerman, before jumping into the portal to pursue the arm to learn the reason for the theft it is committed.
Bro, that is hilarious.
Like, who thinks this
Like
shit
that
up?
synopsis is just it just spews drugs.
Everything about that said microdosing.
100%.
Bro had to be on some serious shit.
That's some funny ass synopsis of the game.
All right, so the gameplay. The gameplay of Boogerman operates as a simple side scroller with burp, fart, and booger flicking ammunition. There are 20 different levels as well as a final boss level. Each level consists of a slight puzzle to finish to the end. There are 20 different levels as well as a final boss level. This game is disgustingly beautiful, y'all. It showed how smooth and powerful the Sega Genesis could be. It reminds me of like Earthworm
gonna say
Jim.
that.
It really does, but way, way different. Just like the quality of it, like when you saw Earthworm Jim for the first time. Boogerman hits exactly like that. It's like, oh shit, it's a bright game. It shows you it's getting everything they can get out of them 16-bit
Yeah, for
graphics
sure.
coming off of the Genesis.
They pushed the limits.
This game is disgusting, y'all, and it's weird because all this stuff is going on. You're literally killing boogers that are trying to get you with a fart. Like you fart on it. Or you're burping at it. Or you flick boogers at the bad guys, at the enemies. And there's like piles of shit on the ground. There's, you collect plungers for at the end of each level. You try to like stack them up and get an extra man. You're spit into loogies. It's gross. It's gross. But the game is fun as hell to play. It's got all this disgusting shit, but somehow they made it fun. And you know when you're like 11 or 12 and this shit drops.
Oh yeah, this was.
It's like, this is my shit right here.
You like the craziness of it.
So it makes sense. There's bonus stages where you warp through like a shitty toilet and go to like a sewer, and you're down in a sewer. Like
I can just see these people coming up with these ideas.
collecting more. Yeah, like
Like, bro,
who did it?
there's a warp in a toilet.
Who did it? I need to talk to them.
Yeah. Who let you run with this?
Yeah. What meeting did that make it through?
Somebody was like, believe in these guys.
Yeah, somebody really believed in y'all. So good for you. The checkpoints are outhouses.
How funny, bro.
And I'm telling you right now, the bosses on this game, top notch. Especially for me, the very first boss. His name is Hick Boy. He's exactly what it sounds like. He doesn't have shoes. He has on overalls, and he has a chicken that he's squeezing eggs out of and shooting them
Throws
at you.
eggs at you, bro.
Not only is he shooting the eggs at you, or he might be throwing them. He throws the whole damn chicken like a frisbee at you. The chicken does this thing. He's like, "Bark!" Perfect representation of just like a crazy ass hillbilly.
That's so funny, bro.
Then there's Revolta, Flyboy, Deodor Ant, and then the final boss is Boogermeister. It's a wild ass game.
How did that game get made?
So who remembers the Boogerman game? Classic game, highly requested too. I've seen people talk about this game before.
Yeah, it's cool that we came up on it.
Yep, got that one at Planet Fun in Savannah, Georgia. All right, Will, I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think of Super Mario Kart 64.
Yep.
Think about Rainbow Road. Did it have railings?
I don't think so.
Right?
Yeah.
It did.
Did it?
Apparently, there is a Mandela effect with Mario Kart 64. Everyone thinks that Rainbow Road did not have railings.
I felt like we fell off.
Me too. Nope. The whole track has railings.
What are we thinking of then?
There has to be a Rainbow Road where you
we
fall off of. Because you fall off and then the little thing brings you back up.
Yeah, I
Right?
swear to God if I remember it.
I do too.
But it might have been the first one, and then the second one, they were like, we got to put fucking rails up.
Yeah, so we got to pop this thing in and figure it out because I honestly have no idea.
Yeah.
When someone asked me the question, I was like, oh, yeah, no, it didn't have railings. You fall off that bitch every time. They're like,
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought.
no, there's railings. Who remembers drinking Sunny D in the 90s?
Bro, to me, that was like, it was like futuristic orange juice.
Bro, coming in on a hot ass day.
Bro.
You've been in the backyard all day. You've been riding your bike all day. You've been playing football. You've been everywhere, y'all. You come in, Sunny D.
See that weird ass bottle? That plastic bottle?
I crush a whole Sunny D. I
Oh.
crushed a whole bottle. Remember then they used to make the little individual ones?
Yeah, and like it was like when my whole life I was like, fuck orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then Sunny D came out and I was like, I'll drink all this all day long.
Yeah, it was like,
And it's probably terrible.
oh, it was some fake ass orange
There was
juice.
probably
That was
very little vitamin C in that whole drink.
That bitch, they probably just turned the sugar over and just kept going.
It was like orange juice Kool-Aid.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, what was it actually?
We don't know.
Was it classified as orange juice?
It was so bad for you.
All I
But
know,
I agree, I could drink all of it.
all I know is when that shit was cold, it was hitting.
That was hitting.
It was hitting. You gotta pry that shit out of my hand.
Bro, Sunny D was a menace to us.
Right, hey, fucking your teeth up.
Like whoever the advertising for that, hey, top notch, bro.
And we were like, this is orange juice.
I can drink this with breakfast.
Hey, this is healthy.
Sunny D was fire.
It was. One thing about it, it was fire. You know what else was fire? YooHoo's.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with them. It's
You
weird.
didn't fuck with YooHoo's?
I think it was because I was lactose intolerant. Does that have milk in it?
Bitch, that shit did not have milk
Look
in
it
it.
up.
That shit's chocolate flavored water.
It might be. I drank it.
Do YooHoo's
Have milk.
have milk? Oh, yes, YooHoo's contain milk products, but it doesn't contain liquid milk itself, which is why it's labeled a chocolate drink. So no, it doesn't.
So yes and no.
Whey from milk, whatever that is. All right, did you know that Karl Malone
The mailman.
recently sold the 1992 Olympic Dream Team jerseys for $5 million?
That's wild.
Utah Jazz legend Karl Malone auctioned off 24 pieces of memorabilia from the 1992 Summer Olympics. The Dream Team, y'all. We all
Man.
know who they are.
The greatest.
Bird, Magic, Jordan, all of them, y'all. He auctioned off game-used jerseys and sneakers from all 12
How do you
members.
get all of them, man?
I'm going to tell you how. To the tune of $5 million. The bulk of those earnings from the auction, which is no surprise to anyone, came from Michael Jordan's number 9 white jersey, worn during the 127-76 victory over Lithuania in the semifinals. It sold for $3,003,000, a record for any game-used Olympic Jordan item.
Wow.
Larry Bird's jersey, also from the semifinal against Lithuania, sold for $360,000.
Man, put some respect on Larry Bird's name.
Yeah.
That should be $1 million.
Now here's the wild part. This is some museum quality shit, and I saw a show, which we'll talk about here in a second, where this stuff they went up there and showed you the collection, how it was all presented.
I saw it too.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And if you're wondering how Karl Malone ended up with this stuff, after this game, the reason why Lithuania was mentioned a couple times is Karl Malone's wife started picking them all up. They were just taking them off and throwing them on the floor. And his wife started picking them up like, yo,
And it's like when you leave, when a country leaves a war, they just leave everything and bounce.
yeah.
Like after the game, they just took the jersey, shoes off, bounced.
Yep.
They didn't care.
Well, his wife had the foresight to collect all
This
these
might
jerseys
be cool.
and the shoes and was like, this is a historical thing that's happening here. And gave them to Karl, and Karl Malone actually ended up getting every single person on the Dream Team to sign all of it.
That's sick.
Every piece is signed. The shoes and the jerseys are
Oh
all
my
signed by the people
God.
that are wearing them. That's why it's like a crazy ass collection. Where this is the crazy part.
Good move.
Listen where Karl Malone, what he was doing with all these pieces. Karl Malone had this displayed on the second floor of one of his car lots, y'all, in a car dealership. That's wild to me. This shit should be put up in like
A museum.
an Olympic sports
Yeah,
museum.
this is like a big flex. He had it at his fucking dealership.
Had it upstairs. Like
Yeah.
anybody could have come up there, you
Yeah.
know? It's pretty cool, y'all. And I mean, he made $5 million off of it. I bet he was expecting more. I bet he thought it was going to bring in more. He brought in Ken Golden from that Netflix show, King of Collectibles.
Which is crazy collections, bro.
yeah, and he's like apparently the biggest sports
He is
trader,
now.
sports dealer. So he brought him in to help him sell at that auction and brought in $5 million. So, you know, he's doing all right.
Yep.
It was time for it to sell. I feel like it should have been donated to a museum or something.
I can't
but
believe Ken didn't buy it.
no doubt. That's one of them
Like,
items you're
how
like,
do you miss that?
yeah. You know, I heard him say that you cannot fall in love with your business,
Yeah.
you know, and that's his business, trading.
Yep.
All right, y'all. I want to take a second to recognize Big Mike from Houston, Texas. All right? He had a long solo career with plenty of classics dropped, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the one album he did with the Geto Boys in 1993 till Death Do Us Part, because Willie D at the time was no longer in the group, and they plugged my man Big Mike in, all right? And on Till Death Do Us Part, it spawned a top 40 hit, 6 Feet Deep, that we all know and love, but that's not what I want to talk about either. What I want to talk about is the absolute gem we have all been blessed with, a Southern gangster rap classic. Straight gangsterism, y'all. This is the absolute staple when it comes to Southern rap classics. The beat on this thing, whew, the verses are absolutely incredible. Speaking of the verses, I have to play the second verse of this song from Big Mike. Listen to this shit, y'all.
Now it's 93. I got a name for myself. Made a little wealth, played the cards I was dealt. Didn't go for self, now I'm a G. And every motherfucking
This part right
body
here.
know me. Niggas in the hood all got love cause they saw me raise up from a motherfucking scrub.
Right here.
And hoes that I know from way back before, they used to say no.
Right here.
All wanna go to the hotel cause they claim that they interested. And everybody talking about the shit that they wish they did, but I surpassed all that. They used to wanna know if I was down, now they don't ask all that. Cause they believe in what they seeing, a young nigga coming up fast. Yeah, straight G.
What?
That's cool for him being on the Geto Boys.
Bro, how much swagger did he have?
Yeah, I know it.
You know what I'm saying?
But
He
to be
was
that
just
young.
spitting straight gang.
What year,
God,
what year was that?
that was 1993.
Damn.
1993 dropping that type of music. If you rewind just a couple years, it's just straight boom bap. You know, it's boom bap
Yeah.
80s hip hop. I mean, that was early 93. And 93 is around the same time that Dre dropped The Chronic, Snoop dropped his solo album. You know, Ice Cube was dropping songs. You know, Geto Boys coming out of Texas like that. I mean, whoo.
Man, Geto Boys is probably first rap group I ever listened to.
Yeah.
for me.
in the 80s, NWA and Geto Boys.
Geto Boys is first for me.
But that's pretty incredible. I just wanted to highlight that verse and that whole song. Really, if I could play more of it on our social media channels, I would. But you can only play so much. But yeah, wanted to shine some light on Big Mike. Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Big Mike, thank you for straight gangsterism.
Always a ghetto boy.
All right, y'all, that's the podcast. Thank y'all for sticking with us through it. Plenty more to come. You know that. It's late as hell in the morning. What time is it, Will? Is your watch work? Is it just for looks? You don't even know how to read that motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't think it works. No, I don't think it works anymore.
It is 12:53 in the morning. These are the sacrifices we make for y'all.
Yeah.
Good show. Talked about some fun stuff. Heavy on the music, but look, y'all, we just have such a love for music, and I know that it's the easiest thing for me to talk about. I love it so much.
Yeah.
But, so we're going to mix a little more of that in here or there. So thank y'all for tuning in as always. Can't believe we got a bone Thugs and Harmony care package.
How crazy is that?
Now the negotiations begin here in just a second when we get finished. What's Will going to go home with? What am I going to get to keep?
Thanks, Pirate Ghost.
Yeah, thanks Pirate Ghost for the stickers. I'm sure we're forgetting a bunch of shit. But anyway, superretropod@gmail.com. Go give us a rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, all that.
Leave them
shit.
comments on Spotify.
Leave them comments. And remember, you can watch video on Spotify now.
Send us emails for listener topics.
That's it, y'all. We're going to go to bed. Peace.
Yeah, keep it retro.